My name's Daour Wade. I'm a storyteller and a writer. I want to tell you a story called Akako. Akako is a little parrot. Every day, his parents used to tell him an advice: never eat grains that you find away from the place where they were cultivated. But Akako would laugh and go away with his friends. One day, on his way back to the baobab of Makakuli where he lives, he saw grains in a spot, shining, beautiful ones, maize and rice. Akako went down and started eating the grains, forgetting his parents' advice. All of a sudden, he found himself in a cage, and a man came. That was the poacher, who took Akako, begging the poacher to free him, and took him to town. Akako was sad. Akako was sad, thirsty, hungry in the cage, trying to convince the poacher to free him. But nowhere. He was still in a cage, suffering, taken from place to place, enjoying sometimes the fresh air by the sea. He saw for the first time, moving back and forth. But at the end, he was bored by a man who was about to go to Mecca. And Akako heard that man saying he was going to Mecca. And he thought that was Makakuli, the place he was coming from, his village. And then he managed to hide in a luggage and was taken to Mecca. But unfortunately, he was found in the suitcase of the pilgrim, and taken to a prince's palace where he made good friends with birds coming from all over the world. At the end of the pilgrimage, Akako was taken back to the pilgrim's home and freed. He flew to the baobab of Makakuli, where he found his parents, who were happy to have him back home. There, he begged their pardon and told them his story, the whole story. And then he promised not to do it again. That night, his friend came and Akako retold the same story to his friends. And that night, they sang a song in which Akako was promising not to do what is done again. And also, he will follow his parents' advice. There ends my story. But let me tell you that the poacher was later caught and taken to prison. And when he went out of that place, that was like a cage in which spent a few years, he changed and never ever went back to the forest to cut birds. And my advice to those of you who love birds, who love birds, my advice to those of you who love birds is don't keep them in cage. Let them free to fly high up in the sky.